Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Ben here at thatcologneguy coming at you with another fragrance review. If you're following my channel, you know that I'm in the midst of an Amouage series review, and in this episode, in this series actually, I'm going through many samples from this house because I absolutely love this house. Most of these samples I've already used, but I just couldn't help it because I love them so much. It's 101 degrees out today, and I just finished mowing the yard, and so 38 degrees Celsius, and I thought it'd be appropriate to review, of course, today, the Blue Beast. Oh, wait, not that Blue Beast. Okay, so in Amouage world, the Blue Beast refers to none other than Interlude Man. A beautiful blue bottle. Normally, this is, of course, the sample. And it is affectionately known in the fragrance world as the Blue Beast. I'm really excited to review this one because for those of you out there who really want to cut to the chase and just say, I want to wear something that is incredibly nice, will garner compliments, I can wear it anytime, anywhere, and I want it to project and last forever, then you absolutely need to get Interlude Man. Interlude Man or the Blue Beast is exactly what you're looking for. Some of you might remember the days of Joop, right? So J-O-O-P. It looks like Jupe, but it's Joop, and it has an exclamation mark. Joop Porom from the 80s. If I remember right, I think it was an 89 release, but so late 80s and then all throughout the 90s. Some of you remember De Croix Noir was another one that was used a lot, which I like actually. Joop was kind of a cinnamon bubblegummy blast that lasted, seriously, in the original formulation for at least 24 hours. And this is kind of the sophisticated version of that. Joop was more of a kind of a clubbing scent. But if some of you, when you watch these reviews, are like, all right, I'm not so much into the why and age and gender and wear and day, night, office, wear this. Interlude Man is, other than the fact that it's expensive because it's from the niche house Amouage, of course, it is the ultimate pleaser in the sense that you will get what you're looking for here in terms of longevity and projection. Okay, now I can go through the notes, but what really jumps out is you're going to hear a lot of people talk about incense. So if you haven't tried an Amouage fragrance, especially the ones that before about 2014, this is a 2012 release, so this is a very, very typical release from Amouage, and I say that in a very positive way. You're going to get a lot of ash and incense and a woody feel to it. So you're going to get, here's what I get. Lime, I get oud, I get incense, I get some pepper and amber. And so as far as what does it smell like, it really doesn't smell like others, and that's why I just really, really enjoy this one so much. And I don't think is as good as Jubilation 25 from this house, but what is? And it is very, very close. And it pretty much ends the discussion on projection and longevity. My skin eats up fragrance, and so I have to put on fragrance-free body lotion, and then I put on fragrance. And if a fragrance doesn't last very long, sometimes I'll put it on my clothes. I don't really like to do that. You will definitely not need to worry about that with this one. In fact, the only worry you'll really have is to over spray. So those are the notes. This is an EDP, and pretty typical release, I said, from this superb house. We're just going to throw most of the terms out the window. I mean, this is Interlude Man, so of course it's marketed towards men. But if you like incense fragrances, then you will absolutely like this one. So man or woman, doesn't really matter. You've heard me say this about niche fragrances before. I mean, age, I'll say 25 and up, but that's only because that's probably the crowd that can afford it. It's not like an old man or ultra sophisticated in the sense of, I'm sorry, it's not an ultra mature scent. It is sophisticated, and so we'll go with 25 up. Season, you're going to hear people say more fall, winter. just because of the incense. It is, I mean, it is a heavier fragrance, but that's not to stop you from wearing it in the spring and summer. That said, though, I have a feeling on Fragrantica for the season, most people will choose fall and winter. Versatility, you name it, anytime, anywhere. You'll see it less at some sort of barbecue in the summer, just because it is such a sophisticated scent. But it's such a crowd pleaser. I mean, I just don't know how anybody could not like this scent. I mean, this is just an amazing scent. And so, I mean, the only thing I'll say is if you wear it to the office, do watch out. If you wear it during the day and you work in a smaller area in a professional setting, you would want to keep this at 2 sprays max. And I would go 1 on each side of the neck and leave it there. Maybe 1 on each side, 1 on each wrist, and just leave it there. No more than 2, though, if you're going to be in small spaces. Projection and longevity. This ends the discussion on projection and longevity. This is the new Yope for me, and that means you're going to get seriously 24 hours plus. So if you spray, if you're an over sprayer and you spray like 5 or 6 of these guys, and then you go to bed at the end of the day. Let's say you sprayed at 8 o'clock in the morning. When you go to bed and then get up the next morning, it's still going to be smelling on your pillow. That's how strong this stuff is. So if you're looking for a lot of bang for your buck, Interlude, man, absolutely meets that. Overall, this is a 5 out of 5 sprays. So if you follow my channel, you know that I give my reviews in terms of sprays. And so 1 or 2 is sprays out of 5 is, yeah, probably take a pass on it. 3 out of 5 means I may or may not have it for my collection, but there's usually something that grabs my attention. Some 3s I say no, some 3s I say, actually, I'm going to get this for my collection. 4 and 5 means I'm going to add it. This is a 5. This is a stroke of brilliance from this house, and absolutely merits 5 out of 5 for this. Because it is a niche, you'll want to get a sample of it first. Don't blind buy, just because it is so expensive. I noticed just a little bit ago on Walmart has it for $146. So I don't know. If you've gotten Amouage through Walmart and had a very good experience, let me know. Otherwise, it's going to be, retail. It's going to be, if you don't go through a discounter, you're looking at about $300, like most Amouages. The older releases are around $300, and the new ones are around $450, $460. Wow, I can't keep up with Creed and Amouage. It's too bad they weren't just a little bit cheaper. So that is Interlude Man. 5 sprays out of 5, and I'm going to go. Just because I mentioned it earlier, I'm going to go 2 on the neck, 1 on each wrist, and let's go 1 on the chest. Okay, these are fake sprays anyway. As you can tell, this is bone. Is that a little bit? No, it's just a reflection. I thought maybe that was just a little bit right there. It's not. Most of these samples are bone dry. I just couldn't help it though, because I enjoy this fragrance so much. Absolutely needs to be reviewed. You need to experience this once in your life if you are a fragrance collector. It's a true experience. And here's the thing about Interlude Man is it's kind of a combination of the old school Amouage fragrances like Gold. And then it's also the final years before they went into like Figment Man and some of the kind of away from their incense base. So they kind of went away for a while after like 2014 from their myrrh and frankincense. This is really emblematic of this house. If you're curious about this house, I would say that Jubilation 25 cannot be beat. And the second one, though, would be our little friend here, the Blue Beast. So just to be clear, the Blue Beast is not this water bottle, although this is kind of this is the thatcologneguy Blue Beast. Instead, it is the absolute Blue Beast. It's a beautiful bottle, and I wish I had it. I am going to be, as soon as I find a discounter that really has a good reputation to sell Amouage, I will be getting full bottles of probably all of these fragrances, to be honest with you. There has never been an Amouage that I didn't want in my collection. Even Figment Man, which I reviewed, and it smells a little bit like wet soil. It's still original and unique, and I like it. Take a look at, if you look at on Fragrantica, most of these fragrances, and you look at the section where it says, this fragrance smells like, and then it lists 3 or 4 others. They almost always are so unique that they don't smell like anything else. There's Memoir that smells a little bit like Armani Code. Some of them, but the vast majority of Amouages are incredibly unique and versatile, and yes, I will say it, opulent. There you go. I'd like to end a little bit different note here for this episode and say that besides liking, rating, comment, subscribing, and make sure you hit the notification bell for this channel so that every time I upload an episode, you'll be notified. Do me a favor, would you? Let people know about my channel, because over the past few weeks, I've really increased my subscribers. And so for those of you who have subscribed since my last episode a week ago, I really appreciate that. And always makes me happy when I look at the notifications and it shows me I have new subscribers. And so I'm really enjoying doing this, and if you like what I'm doing, if you like the channel, please recommend this channel to others, because I'm trying to get to the 100 subscriber mark, because that way if I can go to, I get my own name on the channel, so I can go to YouTube / thatcologneguy. All right, guys, happy Friday, have a wonderful weekend, and take care. Thank you so much.